This is such a lock, I didn't even need to think about it. Best laugh in the vinyl community, it's Ed! Thank you. Speech, Ed, you're in Toastmasters, do it.
All of you heard my laugh, both on camera and off camera. I'd like to thank my agent, not thank my former agents, and I will treasure this for the length of today.
And you're gonna laugh in your next video, aren't you?
I'm gonna laugh a lot.
All right, good, man.
Thanks, everyone.
Hello everyone, welcome to another video. I'm Randy, and this is kind of a wrap-up video for my recent road trip to Buffalo for the annual MGK VC Meetup. It was fantastic, great to see everyone again. Mike and Patty are magnificent hosts. Patty is an excellent baker, as we got cheesecake, which he's famous for, Nimo bars, cookies, you name it. And it's just amazing that they take us in and let us use their house, and just the camaraderie is just amazing at this event. I invite anyone else that wants to go. After a while, you feel like you know these people. I mean, you've seen them on their videos, but to finally meet them in person is just fantastic. And the ones I met last year, it's like you don't miss a beat when you start talking and everything. I did get to meet 4 people from different channels that weren't there last year. And that is Greg at 3 Dimensions of Music, Vinyl Sean from down in Florida, Richard from Richard's Vinyl Tap House from Denver, and the French Vinyl Addict. So it was nice to meet all of them. And I'm gonna get to what I picked up at their first record store we went to, which was Revolver. And let's go. Before I get started, I would also like to say that I did win my first prestigious Colton Award. I don't think it's gonna change me. I'll try to be as humble as I always have been. But anyway, let's get to some of the records I picked. Oh, first of all, I wanna say I got some VCLT there from Vinyl Sean from Florida. And I'll put a link down to his channel because everybody should be subscribed to Vinyl Sean. He gave me this wonderful Egyptology by World Party. I have World Party's first 2 albums, but I do not have, this was their 4th. And this was a indie exclusive, which includes bonus live tracks from New York City in 1997. So it's a 2 LP set. Of course, Kurt Wallinger, who was with on a couple of the Waterboys albums. This was his own project, and just an amazing album. I've listened to some of it. Beautiful Dream was, I think, the big hit on here. But yeah, great album by Kurt Wallinger and his group, World Party. Thank you, Sean. And Sean also, he had some Elvis records that anybody that wanted them could have, and I had all the other ones that he brought, because I actually have a big Elvis collection. And I think probably have all these songs on one record or another, but it's rockers, and there's all early rock songs from Elvis. But so it's a really great collection to listen on its own there. And then what was it? Thursday, we went to Revolver Records, the first record store. So I think I'm just going to show those and show what I got at Black Dots, the other record store, and another video, plus some other VCLT I got in Ontario later. So let's get to that. I actually drove to Buffalo from Kansas City, so I put some of these songs from some of these albums that I picked up on Spotify for my drive home, but I haven't listened to all of these yet. Especially, I haven't listened to this one. This is UFO and their album, No Place to Run. This was produced by George Martin. It doesn't get the best of reviews, but this was one I haven't listened to yet. And then Mechanics, which gets a little bit better reviews here, but I think it's because there are a little more songs that are a little more radio friendly, but I enjoyed it, what I've listened to so far. The Rider and Let It Rain, We Belong to the Night. Yeah, so UFO, Mechanics, got $10. I think we got 10% off that Mike arranged. And then Of course, the UFO albums I like the most is when Michael Schenker was there. And then, of course, those two that I showed, it was after he left. This one was the first one after he left. But then he formed his own group with Gary Barden as the lead singer. This is a fantastic album, though. I haven't listened to it all, but Armed and Ready is really good. Into the Arena, a great instrumental. Yeah. I guess I didn't show the other ones, but this was on Chrysalis. And I'm trying to get all the Deep Purple albums, and I did not have Perfect Stranger yet. This is a fine one. Ian Gillan still as a lead singer. This is Reformed, I think. And there it is on Mercury. I guess I should say Ian Gillan was back with the band after a 9-year absence where Glenn Hughes and David Coverdale were taking his place as vocalists. So yeah, this was a nice reunion album. Perfect Stranger. And then I have a couple of Vinyl Sean influenced purchases. It's The Fix. He's a big fan of The Fix. This is their album Phantoms, which I think is his favorite, although I don't really know the songs on this one, I don't think. Maybe if I listen to it, it might come back to me. It's on MCA. And then their most famous album, Reach the Beach, which I do know the big singles, Saved by Zero, One Thing Leads to Another. Synth pop, I guess you would call part of it. I don't know. Rock, synth pop. And there was, yeah, I did buy quite a bit there. Rolling Stones album that I figured out that I didn't have. It's only rock and roll. There's the label. Came out in '74. And then a Steve influenced by, A is for Alice, B is for Bob. He's a fan of Wishbone Ash. This is their album, Wishbone 4, which I've heard a couple songs on here. Really nice. And then New England, which I haven't really heard anything off this one yet. Yeah, this was a gatefold. I didn't show the labels on these, but it was on the Atlantic label. I think the other one was too. Oh no, it was on MCA. I'm also working on my Uriah Heep collection. This one I didn't have, High and Mighty. You can see the tracks on here. One Way or Another was the song I really knew on here. Not the Blondie tune. Yeah. And on the Warner Brothers label. Like I said, I do get quite a bit. For years, I've only had the first two Rush albums, but I'm kind of warming up to them. And so I did see a Rush album there, Power Windows, so I did pick that up. And looks like a custom label, but it's for Polygram. And then one of my favorite artists, I don't think he ever made a bad album, called Texas Americana Rock, I don't know what you call it. But yeah, Joe Ely. Of course, he was in the Flatlanders also. But yeah, on High Tone Records, but yeah. Dig All Night, great title track too. This next one is a David Atkinson inspired pickup. Rosie Vela is out, her album Zazu. On this, he mentioned that Walter Becker and Donald Fagen of Steely Dan help out a lot, so I took a chance on it. I think it was only $4, something like that. But so we'll see what I think about that one. If I see a nice copy of any Julie London album, I'm gonna pick it up. It has to have a decent cover though. And of course, she was on, this one was on the Liberty label. I said I didn't show Rosie on the A&M label. Just have a couple left. That's why I'm gonna do split this into two. Great Power Pop by The Shoes. This is their album Tongue Twister. I had another of their albums that is really good. This one, the tracks I've listened to so far are very good too, on Elektra. So if you like your Power Pop, pick up The Shoes if you find one of their records. And the last one, man, this guy is old time country, and that's Cowboy Copas. Of course, he was on the plane that crashed with Patsy Cline and Hawkshaw Hawkins. This was on the Star Day label. So yeah, I do like my old time country, and he's one of them, Cowboy Copas. And that's it. Hope everyone's doing well. Thanks again to Mike and Patty for their hospitality. Enjoyed seeing everyone again, and hope everyone's doing well, and take care.